Hey, what up? Lazy here as always, and in this episode we're back on Forza Horizon 5, and I want to build and drift the Toyota GR Supra. So this should be pretty interesting. This is the first drift build I put together on this game, so let's jump in and get it started. Okay, so before we start customizing anything, let's see how the stock engine sounds. Alright, that actually sounds pretty good. So jumping in first, let's have a look at the swaps that we got. There's a few here, they all look alright. I'll give each one a little bit of a rev, but honestly I want to leave the stock engine in it. I'm definitely going to leave a rear wheel drive. And as for the wide body, I've seen so many builds with the wide body. Honestly don't want to go with it, so I'm going to leave it stock body. I'm just going to go through the options and pretty much customize it to how I want it. So for the front bar, I actually really like the Toyota option, so I'm going to go with that one. For the spoiler, honestly that looks alright. So does that. That's massive. I really like the Street Fighter, so I'm going to go with that one right there. For the rear bar, I like this Toyota option as well. It gets rid of that middle light section. And for the skirts, actually that doesn't really do much, but it kind of fits the car. So yeah, I'll go with that. Alright, jumping into here, we're going to test out all the drift stuff today. So I'm going to go with the drift tires. I'm going to leave the front width where it is, and for the rear I'm going to bring it up to a 285. Yep. For the rims, I've already gone through and mapped out what I want. They're in here, and these ones right here, the Workmasters S1 3 pieces. They'll work perfectly. And we might as well bring the track width all the way out in the front and in the rear. Yep, cool. So jumping into here, we'll upgrade the clutch. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that awesome stuff. It's much appreciated. Cheers. So this comes with a stock 8-speed. So I want to bring this down to a 6-speed. Yep, right there. We'll go through, we'll max out everything else in here. We'll go with the drift diff. Yep, cool. Now, in here, you're definitely going to need a set of upgraded brakes. We're also going to need drift suspension. Wow, I love the color of this car. Alright, we'll go through, we'll max out the sway bars in the front and the rear. I definitely don't want to cage it, and we'll come back and do the weight reduction last. So I've gone through and previously spec'd this out to see if the tune would work and all that, but I can't remember what the horsepower and torque numbers were, so we're gonna have to wait until we get to the end to find out what they are. So we just keep going through, chucking everything on. Yep, gonna need that. Definitely gonna need a turbo upgrade. Cooling. Yep, right there. Now we'll be able to tell once we put the flywheel on, 826 horsepower and 827 foot-pounds. That's actually really well rounded. So now we can jump back in and put on the weight reduction, which is right here, and it drops it down to 2718. Yeah, nice, I can make that work. So there is the build done. The paint is already done. The tune we'll be using today is available to download, and here is the information if you want to give it a shot. Now let's go hit a couple drift zones I haven't hit before.
arrived at your destination.
I talked to Hayley, and she's totally cool with us hitting drift zones all day. Apparently, this is marketing. Who knew?
Alright, not bad for a conservative run. I don't know what happened with the audio there, but there's the first drift zone done. Now let's jump in and do a few more.
Yards, you will arrive at your destination. Arrived at your destination.
Awesome, so there we go. That actually turned out fairly decent, as I didn't know the lines for these drift zones, so I was keeping it really conservative. Also, there's one thing you need to know while drifting a turbo car in this game. If you fall below a certain RPM limit, it will turn on like a launch mode, and it'll pretty much stop the car from sliding. It's really hard to get the end kick back out again, so yeah, just a little heads up. But I really hope they patch it, or at least let us turn it off in the future. But that's it for the video for today. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time. Laters.